Hi. Hi, hello, my name is Jani. Welcome to my channel. This is a cross stitch channel where we talk about fabrics and flosses, and it's called Flosstube because floss and cross stitch, and that's it. But I was thinking, I was recording my Spanish video and talking about how we talk about fabrics and flosses and designs, but the main reason is not just all the materials, but the the special language that we share, the feelings that we have when we stitch, the excitement of starting a new project or working in a work in progress, in a whip, and trying to decide some combination or trying to fully finish a project. So that sensations is what we talk. Because of course we share new designs, and we share fabrics and materials and releases, new releases, but it's more that connection of the joy that we feel when we are stitching, or when we are with a new package and having that surprise. So yeah, it's a full experience. So we just not talk about fabrics and flosses and materials. It's the full package. It's the joy of stitching. So yeah, my name is Jani. If you're new, I hope you have a good time here in my channel. If you're already a friend, a subscriber, thank you again for being here with me. I'm a Mexican stitcher, so therefore the lack of of words. I've been stitching for I don't know. I always say a different number because I was answering last week those like stitcher tags in Spanish, so I have to mention 10 facts about me as a stitcher. So I said, you know what, I learned to stitch about 40 years ago, but really start stitching more seriously in like I 12 or 13 years old. So yeah, I have a few years stitching. It don't really matter because we are constantly evolving. We change the way we stitch, we change the tools that we use, we change the designs that we like, the materials that we use. Sometimes we start stitching on Aida, and then we change to linen, and then to Lugana, and sometimes we say, you know what, I prefer the first fabric, I prefer stitch on linen or in Aida. And sometimes we start stitching on Aida 11, and it's wonderful, and you have this freedom, and you are so comfortable, and then you slowly evolve to linen 40, linen 40, 46, and then you say, how I was stitching on Aida 11 if I'm loving the really high count of fabric. And then some stitchers in that point change again to Aida, and it's wonderful. So yeah, it's not how many years you have been stitching, it's that process that you live through your stitching, I guess. In my humble opinion. So yeah, I was talking about a little bit about the new releases, the new designs in this week, because I have been only stitching in one project this couple of weeks. So it's always a little stressful that I don't have many things to show you, like new projects or new fabrics or anything exciting. Just my old whip. So yeah, I've been working on a sampler by Moira Blackburn. It's called Three Things Sampler, and it's part of this year resolutions, that I don't have to start anything new. I will be working on my whips. So yeah, and it has been really interesting because it's April 17, and I've been, all this year working on old whips. Well, not so old, some of them, but yeah, I haven't started anything new this year, and that's amazing because I love to start new projects. So having that challenge of not start anything new this year has been so wonderful. At the beginning, I feel a little, stressful about it because I want to start everything as usual, and but then I start to work on my whips and finish them, and work in another whip and finish it, and yeah, it has been this new form or of new point of view of my projects, and I'm really enjoyed it, and I know I can start something new the moment I want. We talk about new projects, but yeah, it's been so nice to have all this whip, and it's like a cozy blanket, to have that whip. And even though it's a little tricky for me at the beginning, having the find again yeah, identify the symbols and the fabrics and get used to the project. Once I got the rhythm of it, I really enjoyed. And because many of them are, halfway through, or just a small amount of work to do on them, I can finish it, so it's great. So this is my only project for this time. This is Three Things Sampler by Moira Blackburn, and I have been, this was the part that I already have, and I've been working on the lower part, this one. So I finished the border, and I've been focused on this bottom part, and I love it. I love so much. The fabric, it's a fabric that I dyed. It's a 36 cotton fabric, and yeah, I love all these motifs. This tree is one of my favorites in the whole sampler. I love it. And then the peacocks are so cute. This is Kylie and Kendall, of course. And I love it. They look so nice, and the colors are really great. I'm using DMC 1/2, and the coverage is really good, and I love it. And I was thinking I'm going to watch my project once I finish it, because I usually don't watch my project, but in this case, this is almost 3 years old whip, and it's really hot, so a little sweat, and yeah, I need to wash this fabric after I finish it. So the colors, the flosses are DMC, so no problem there. And the fabric, even though I dyed it and then watch it really well, perhaps it got a little the colors are going to be a little loose, but I guess the flosses are going to be okay, so I don't worry about it, even if there's a little washout of the colors. So hopefully nothing happens. But yeah, I'm in love of this, and it's a really big girl. I have to put it like this, and I have already the frame. I have this little simple and thin frame, so yeah, I'm going to have this finished, I don't know, in a month or so. So yeah, I'm really happy. Oh, and it's so pretty, and the colors are wonderful, and it's lovely. And I probably changed the colors of the house because I don't know. I feel the original colors a little dark, so perhaps I will change it. And this week was the new release of Mirabilia. It's Ophelia, and it was very interesting to look at this new design. I feel like it's a wonderful piece of art, and in this case in particular, I feel like it's very much the painted piece uh, translate to a cross stitch pattern. Sometimes with Nora, you find these sketches or these drawings of her pieces, and then you see the stitching pattern, and it's a stitching pattern. You know, it's translate to a pattern. But in the case of Ophelia, I feel like it's of course a cross stitch pattern, but it has so much personality of the original painting. So yeah, and it feels a little different in that way. It's not, you know, the classic form of Mira, but it has that sense of the original paint. So I don't know if I make some sense, but I love it, and it's not an easy you know, a project at the beginning, because you know, with some of Nora's designs, you immediately recognize, you know, the shape, and if it's a fairy or a lady or a queen, and you say, yeah, yeah, it's really pretty and it's wonderful. But in the case of Ophelia, you have to have the knowledge of the background of the piece, you know, to know that she's Ophelia, and it's water surrounded her, and all the you know, the history of her, and you start to understand, you know, the composition of her body and her face and the arms, and it's wonderful to understand the idea of Nora. And yeah, I was reading in one of Mirabilia groups in Facebook that many people love it, and some people don't really like it. So of course, the you know, the taste in everyone are different, but yeah, it's I feel like it's not an easy project, not to stitch, but to understand. But once you understand, you can have, you know, all this background, and you can say, oh, I understand now, and I like it or I don't like it. But you need that information, so it's wonderful to have all these point of views. And again, trying to play a little bit with the composition of the design, and perhaps the fabric that you can use to stitch her, because we know that in the case of Mirabilia, we shall always show the model in visual fabrics. So, but you can have fun changing that background. And I was thinking a little bit about it, and also again thinking about how always in the model they usually show the pieces stitched in linen. So it will be great if they show some of these pieces in Aida, because again, Aida is a wonderful fabric, and sometimes we always look at these models in linen, and yeah, having other options could be great, you know, for stitchers around the world, knowing that Mirabilia or any other design look great in Aida. You know, it's fantastic. I know some of the designers show the model in Aida, but Mirabilia or larger designer houses usually show them stitched on linen, and sometimes we don't like to stitch in linen, or we don't have the access to stitch on linen. So it's I think it will be great if all these houses show some of the models stitched in Aida, you know, for accessibility to other stitchers and to have that other option. I don't know. And talking about linen and Aida and Ophelia in particular, I was thinking in fabrics that could could work with that design. I'm sorry, today my English didn't show for for the video. This is a linen that I have. It's a forest green, and I don't know, perhaps she could look pretty here, you know, like water or like a river, and I don't know, I find that could be really pretty. This is another fabric that I have, not precisely waterish, but more like a interesting choice, no, like something different. So yeah, this is another linen. This is another linen, and it's more like a mystery sense, as you can see. And talking about Aida, this blue, I think it will look great, you know, as a background. And this is an Aida. So yeah, so many options. So yeah, it was really nice to know all the opinions about this new Mira, and you know, have this information and knowing about it, and look the point of view of the artist. And she also mentioned that sometimes she really loves a design, but it's not a big hit with the stitchers, and sometimes a design that she is not her favorite, it's a big hit, a big success with the stitchers. So yeah, it's really fun. So also this week it's was released the announcement for the new All Forest SAL. So yeah, the topic is going to be Alice in Wonderland, so it's going to be great. And they are selling the flosses, so because the chart is free, so you can stitch the chart through the year, well, until January next year. So, and you can use your own flosses, but they also have this flosses kit, and I mean, they also have a different version with a more colorful package or a 3-color package. Yeah, a lot of of options, and you can work with your own flosses. So yeah, and that's it. A little sorry for I was a little off, but yeah, this last week was felt like a month. So yeah, I will try to relax this weekend and stitch, and you know, trying to find my center. I don't know if I could find it anytime soon, but in the meanwhile I will be stitching. So thank you for being with me. Have a great weekend, have a great week. Take care of your family, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.